Remember when you were a kid and you could eat half a pizza, wash it down with a milkshake, and somehow still have abs? People swear it's because their metabolism was faster back then. But science says, nope. The truth is way less magical and way more fixable. Far more fixable than you think. Today we're talking about why your childhood self could run circles around your adult self and how you can close that gap without moving back in with your parents today on the Personal Edge Fitness Podcast.
Welcome to the Personal Edge Fitness Podcast
with Garrett Williamson.
Health, wellness, exercise, nutrition, and a whole lot more. Got questions? Call us and leave a message at 251-278-EDGE or message us at Personal Edge Fitness on Facebook and Instagram, at Team PE on Twitter, or personaledgefitness.com.
Welcome to the Personal Edge Fitness Podcast, where we help you break free from the lies about aging and ability. I'm Garrett Williamson, president of Personal Edge Fitness, and something I usually don't throw in my intro, Team USA athlete, and full-time believer that age is not the deciding factor in your health, fitness, or performance. And today we're busting a huge myth. If you have any questions about today's episode, or if you'd like help designing a program to get your movement levels back to where they should be, give us a call at area code 251-278-EDGE. That's 251-278-3343. You can also message us on our Facebook page, Personal Edge Fitness, or visit us at personaledgefitness.com. If you'd like to email me directly, I'm at Garrett, Garrett, just like Levi Garrett, Garrett at personaledgefitness.com. And if you are so inclined, hit us up on X at Team PE. Let's talk about this massive myth of your faster childhood metabolism and why it's really about something called NEAT. And no, I'm not just saying your childhood was tidy. I know for a fact mine wasn't. We all remember it. The days when exercise wasn't a thing you scheduled. At 6 or 7 years old, you didn't go do cardio. You just moved. Your legs were constantly in motion, your arms swinging, your body darting around without a single thought about calories or workouts. Yet, somewhere along the way, usually in our late 20s or early 30s, we start believing that something cruel happened. We tell ourselves our metabolism just slowed down. But research, including a massive study published in Science in 2021, shows that daily energy burn stays remarkably steady from age 20 and beyond. So what really changed? It's not your biology, it's your lifestyle. I was given a presentation of the Live Age just last week, I believe. Yeah, last week. And I did my usual question. Raise your hand if you've ever heard that metabolism slows as you age. Everybody's hand shot up. And then I asked my favorite follow-up question. Great. At what age? And I start getting numbers all around the room. This is something we've believed inherently for 40 years. It's not true. And this today is talking all about this. What really changed? Well, scientists have a name for this everyday movement that makes such a difference. Non-exercise activity thermogenesis. To make it simple, we'll just call it NEAT. It's the calories you burn doing everything that isn't sleeping, eating, or formal exercise. Dr. James Levine from the Mayo Clinic coined the term in the early 2000s, but the idea has always been there. It's the fidgeting, the walking to get the mail, climbing the stairs, pacing when you're on the phone. And here's the thing. Kids are absolute NEAT champions. Think about what a typical school day used to look like. You might walk or bike to school. Then there's morning recess, sprinting, climbing, chasing your friends. Maybe PE class twice a week, maybe every day. After school, you'd head outside for hours until the streetlights came on. Movement was baked into every corner of the day. Now let's compare that to an average adult day. Drive to work, sit at a desk, drive home. Maybe you squeeze in 45 minutes at the gym, if you're lucky. Then it's right back to sitting, whether at the dinner table, in front of the TV, or scrolling on your phone. Here's where the illusion really kicks in. As adults, we feel like we're working harder now because we count our workouts, we're timing them. But as kids, you might have had 3, 4, even 5 hours of low to moderate intensity movement without even noticing. Now you do 45 minutes of hard exercise and then spend the other 23 hours basically parked. But man, you're hyper-focused on that 45 minutes. I've never trained like that before. Oh my gosh, I'm having to train so much harder. But no, this is only the first time you started measuring it. It's like taking a Ferrari out for a quick spin once a day and then locking it in the garage. Yes, it still works, but it's not living up to its potential. The good news is you don't have to go back to your 8-year-old self level of chaos to make a difference. You just need to weave more movement into the moments you already have. Stand while you work. Take the stairs instead of the elevator. Walk when you're on phone calls. Every 30 to 60 minutes, break up your sitting with a few minutes of movement. Research shows that even adding an extra 1,000 to 2,000 steps a day can significantly improve metabolic health. And here's the beauty of NEAT. It doesn't require a gym membership, a change of clothes, or even breaking a sweat. It just requires you to get out of the sit-still mode that adulthood seems to train into us. I want to get you into a situation of what you heard as a kid. Will you just be still? Well, I want somebody barking that at you again. This is why NEAT is such an important piece of the puzzle in fighting what I call the lie of age. If you've been told your metabolism slowed because you got older, you've been misled. In fact, somebody just lied to you. It's your habits that slowed down. And if habits are the problem, they can also be the solution. When you start focusing on daily movement, not just scheduled workouts, you can return to that effortless calorie burn you had as a kid. But more importantly, you'll keep your ability high for decades to come. So the next time someone says, it's all downhill after 30, you can smile and know the truth. Ability isn't dictated by age, it's dictated by action. And one of the simplest, most overlooked ways to get that action back is boosting your NEAT. If you have questions about NEAT, movement, or how to build this into your life without turning it into another chore, well, obviously, I'd love to talk with you. Give us a call at area code 251-278-EDGE. Reach out on Facebook at Personal Edge Fitness or visit personaledgefitness.com. You can also email me directly at garrett@personaledgefitness.com. Reach out to us on X at Team PE. This is not as difficult as we like to make it. And that ridiculous belief we have had for so long that, wow, when I was a kid, I never gained weight. It just magically didn't happen. Now that I'm adult, because time passed, it just piles on. And we feel like we're doing these incredible workouts because we're hyper-focused on them. We're measuring them. We didn't measure them as a kid. Movement just happened. And that NEAT is something I really want you to work on. Because NEAT and understanding NEAT and increasing your movement, therefore increasing your lifespan, just one more way we help you reach your level of wellness. Thank you so much for joining me today. Please like and share, especially if you know somebody that could use this information. And I hope to see you next time.
Thanks for listening to the Personal Edge Fitness Podcast with Garrett Williamson. Subscribe now and be a part of the show by calling 251-278-EDGE or message us on Facebook and Instagram at Personal Edge Fitness or at Team PE on Twitter, and visit us at personaledgefitness.com.